The top stories. A woman is stabbed multiple times in a late-night incident. The central bank governor welcomes the nation to a conference the bank's hosting. And the Windies cricketers are in town. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, May the 22nd, 2014. We begin with a police report that two men broke into a St. Lucie home on Wednesday night and confronted a couple, stabbing the woman several times and also injuring her companion. Police spokesman Inspector David Welch said 35-year-old Nicole Hines of Alexandria, St. Lucie, was at home with her boyfriend, who was not identified, around 11:30 when the men entered the house. One of the suspected assailants has since been held and is under police guard. He is also being treated for an injury. Credit unions are getting a sought-after audience with Prime Minister Frundle Stewart to discuss their objection to a new tax on their operations. The umbrella Barbados Cooperative Credit Union League says new figures show that the levy could cost them over $1 million. The meeting with the Prime Minister will take place on Monday. By then, the League would have counted the number of signatures on a petition against the tax. The president of the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Glendon Bell, says the tax will be especially burdensome on small credit unions. It's been another profitable year for the Insurance Corporation of Barbados. The former government-owned company reported a surplus in excess of $14 million in 2013. Chairman John White called it another consecutive year of sound performance. He told a cocktail reception for top clients that ICBL, now in a Bermudian stable, had become more aggressive in the marketplace and continued to design products and services that met the needs of customers. The speed and safety of internet payment transactions is one of the subjects being discussed in Barbados by senior officials of central banks in the Caribbean. Also on the agenda are the management of debt and foreign reserves. Prior to the opening of the meeting, Barbados Central Bank Governor Delal Warr welcomed nation journalists to the event, the first such occasion since the governor indicated 2 weeks ago that he would no longer invite reporters from the company to cover events hosted by him. A report from Guyana says a Barbados-bound woman was arrested on Wednesday, reportedly with 5 kilograms or 11 pounds of marijuana and 3 kilograms, that's over 6 pounds of cocaine, in her luggage. A customs official told the Demerara Waves news site that the 20-year-old woman was held shortly before she was about to board a LIAC flight at Ogle Airport. Irvin Wilson, who dedicated many years to teaching special needs students, has been feted on his 96th birthday. The founder and first principal of the school, which now bears his name, the Irvin Wilson School, was treated to cake and gifts. Students also regaled him with poems and a musical presentation when he visited the Pine Plantation Road School, which dates back to 1959 when it was known as the School for the Deaf and Blind. Mr. Wilson expressed his thanks and said he had no regrets about going into special education. Pupils at the People's Cathedral School were sent home early because of the effects of a nearby bushfire, one of several which occupied the fire service. Some of the children were seen covering their faces with handkerchiefs and scarves to avoid smoke inhalation. A number of graves at Holy Innocents Church in St. Thomas may have to be moved to make way for highway improvement project. Highway 2 is being widened to provide a footpath, and Anglican Archdeacon Everett Lynch says part of the cemetery might be in the way. As a safety precaution, Mr. Lynch said several headstones had already been relocated temporarily, but would be returned once the roadwork was completed. An official of Rayside Construction said the project was on course for a July deadline. The start of the Caribbean Atlantic hurricane season is just days away, and by the latest account, it should be a near to below average season. The U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts 3 to 6 hurricanes this year. An average hurricane season which stretches from June 1st to November 30th sees 6 hurricanes. The first storm will be named Arthur. In sport cricket, West Indies Test hopefuls have assembled in Barbados for a preparatory camp ahead of their series against New Zealand starting next month. Some of the 20 invitees are missing through injury or their participation in the Indian Premier League. The team will have Dennis Ramden as their new captain, having replaced Darren Sammy. Meanwhile, Sir Viv Richards says Sammy did a magnificent job before he was sacked. Sir Viv said Sammy provided the stability needed when he was appointed, and the onus was now on Ramden to prove he was the right man for the job. And finally, 2 Chinese women who work at the same factory were unpleasantly surprised to discover they were married to the same man. The husband split his time between the 2 women, but was caught when the women became karaoke friends. That's Nation News this Thursday. It is available on our website, nationnews.com, where you can also get an update on the latest round of NCC retrenchment talks. Look out for us also on Facebook, Twitter, and on our YouTube channel.